Performance. If you rely on daily walks to keep you strong after 75, new medical research reveals a crucial, overlooked danger that could be quietly undermining your independence. For years, a comforting, one-size-fits-all message has been repeated everywhere from mainstream health blogs to well-meaning doctors: just keep moving, just get your steps in. But what if that foundational advice, while born of good intentions, performance, is critically incomplete, leaving you vulnerable in ways you can't see? Today, we'll uncover the 5 targeted, non-negotiable movements that build what walking alone cannot. Performance, the specific pillars of strength and stability that erode fastest after age 75 and are the true guardians of your autonomy. Performance. I've spent years deeply analyzing longitudinal longevity studies and consulting directly with leading physiotherapists and geriatric specialists. The consensus from the data and the experts is unequivocally clear. Performance. While walking is beneficial for cardiovascular health and mental well-being, it operates like a specialist that only does one job. It misses the other key from its interdependent pillars of holistic fitness that deteriorate rapidly after age 75. This isn't about adding exhausting hours at the gym or lifting intimidating weights. It's about deploying intelligent, focused performance and efficient movements that directly rebuild your physical foundation where it is cracking. The goal is to fortify the specific systems that prevent the single event that can change everything: a fall. Performance. Let's first understand the gap. The first pillar that casual walking completely neglects is your body's internal GPS, your innate sense of where your limbs are in space without having to look. This is called proprioception. Performance. Imagine it as a constant, silent flow of information from nerve endings in your joints and muscles back to your brain, creating a real-time map. With age, these signals fade and become staticky. Performance, making your brain's map blurry and delayed. You might misjudge a curb or the firmness of a rug. The first exercise we discussed directly retrains this fading communication system. So, number 5, precision line walking. Performance. This is your neural recalibration drill. Begin by standing tall near a sturdy countertop or hallway wall for support. Place one foot directly in front of the other. Performance. Aiming to touch the heel of your front foot to the toes of your back foot with each step. Your gait becomes a narrow, precise line. Walk slowly for 20 steps, focusing entirely on control and accuracy, not speed. Performance. You will feel your ankles and core engage differently immediately. Research from geriatric rehabilitation journals shows this simple. No equipment drill can improve dynamic balance scores, the balance you need while moving, performance, by nearly 20% in just 8 weeks. Why? Because a regular stroll on a flat path allows your brain to operate on autopilot. This precision walking forces your nervous system to wake up, pay attention, performance, and recalibrate that internal map with every single deliberate placement of your foot. It's active learning for your balance system. However, performance. The sharpest balance in the world is useless if you lack the fundamental power to rise from a seated position. This critical ability is the cornerstone of functional independence, and its decline is a silent red flag. Performance. This leads us to the 4th essential movement. Number 4, the supported stand. This exercise mimics the most important motion of your day, dozens of times over. Sit in a firm, upright chair. Performance. Feet flat on the floor about hip width apart. Cross your arms snugly over your chest. This removes the momentum and assistance from your arms. Now, lean your torso slightly forward. Performance. This shifts your center of gravity over your feet and push forcefully through your heels to stand up fully. Pause for a moment at the top, standing tall. Then, with deliberate control, lower yourself back down. Performance. The lowering phase is where significant muscle building occurs, so don't just drop. This movement builds the quadriceps and gluteal strength you use every single day to get off the toilet, out of your car, performance, or up from the dinner table. Striking studies, including the famous sitting rising test research, link ease with this movement directly to overall longevity. Aim for 2 sets of 10 repetitions daily. Performance. If you need to use your hands on the armrests at first, do so without shame. That's your starting point. The goal is to gradually, over weeks, reduce that hand assistance until you can rise confidently with arms crossed. Performance. This is functional strength in its purest form. Now, let's consider a real-world crisis moment: a trip on an uneven sidewalk. Your body's recovery depends almost entirely on a single complex joint, your hip. Performance. It must react with speed and mobility to swing your leg out and catch your weight. Forward and back walking doesn't prepare it for this lateral or rotational emergency. This brings us to number 3, guided hip circles. Performance. This exercise maintains the often forgotten mobility in the small, crucial stabilizer muscles that are your body's first line of defense against a fall. Stand sideways beside a sturdy chair. Performance. Placing one hand lightly on it for balance. Lift your outside knee comfortably up toward your chest. Now, slowly and with control, circle that knee outward away from your body, then sweep it back behind you. Performance. And finally, return it to the starting position. You are drawing a smooth, sizable circle with your knee. Do 5 circles in this forward direction, then 5 circles in reverse. Then switch legs. Performance, you will feel activation in muscles you rarely notice along your hip and outer thigh. Data confirms that hip mobility can decline by 20% or more in later decades. Performance, and this stiffness is directly correlated with increased fall risk. A stiff hip is a reactive hip unable to make the quick saving adjustment. Performance. Guided hip circles fight that decline by nourishing the full range of motion and strengthening the muscular gatekeepers around the joint. Our next technique is deceptively simple in appearance but builds a hidden, lightning fast kind of strength that is critical for survival. Number 2, the static wall press. This is an isometric exercise, meaning you create tension without visible movement. Stand facing a blank wall, about an arm's length away. Place both palms flat against the wall at shoulder height and shoulder width apart. Now, brace your entire body and push into the wall with maximum steady effort for 15 seconds. Performance. Keeping your spine in a straight, rigid line from head to heels. Breathe normally. You should feel your core, chest, shoulders, and even your leg muscles fire intensely to hold the position. Performance. This safely builds what scientists call rate of force development. How explosively fast your muscles can generate stabilizing power to catch a stumble without any shearing strain on joints. Remarkably, performance. Studies in applied physiology obviously find that this type of isometric training can improve that critical reaction speed by up to 40% in older adults, outperforming some traditional weight training in this specific metric. Performance. It's like upgrading your body's airbag system to deploy milliseconds faster. All of this foundational work logically culminates in the single most important exercise, performance. Backed by some of the most startling data in geriatric research. Number 1, the unsupported stand. This is the ultimate integration test. Simply stand near a support like a counter. Performance. Lift one foot just an inch or two off the ground and hold. Try to maintain this for 30 seconds per leg and practice it multiple times a day while brushing your teeth, waiting for the kettle to boil, or during TV commercials. Performance. A major 10-year study published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine found that an inability to stand on one leg for just 10 seconds was associated with a dramatically higher risk of all-cause mortality and a tripled risk of serious falls. Performance. The reason this is so powerful is biomechanically simple walking is just a rapid series of brief, flimsy one-legged stands. Each step is merely a fleeting moment of single leg balance. By practicing a sustained solid hold, you are not just working on balance, you are comprehensively strengthening the entire integrated chain: ankle stabilizers, knee alignment, hip control, and core bracing that must lock together to keep you upright. Performance. Your daily walk, with its continuous motion, does not provide the sustained load necessary to build this integrated stability. It's the difference between tapping a muscle and truly challenging it. So, performance. Let's be unequivocally clear, walking is wonderful. Continue it, cherish it. But these 5 targeted movements address the specific and dangerous gaps that develop when walking is your only tool. Together, they form a complete performance, resilience building routine that takes less than 15 minutes a day. You need no special equipment, no membership, and you can start from exactly where you are today at any level. Performance. Independence in later life isn't just about the distance you can walk, but about the multifaceted strength you have retained and the stability you can command when it matters most. Performance. Your future self will profoundly thank you for the security and confidence you build today. Now, I want to hear from you in the comments. Which of these 5 essential exercises will you commit to trying first? Let me know. Performance. If you found this detailed guide valuable, please give this video a like. It truly helps, and subscribe to his Wens of Thought for more science-backed insights into living well with strength and clarity at every age. Performance. Thank you for watching and for investing in your own enduring capability.